Hello, YouTube family. It's a beautiful day here in H-Town, Texas. I got the two guests that was chosen for the guest host for this particular month. If you didn't get chosen, the next time, keep sending your name in and your information in. And who knows, you might be the lucky person. Today, I got a couple of listeners that's been faithful and also friends of mine. And today they're going to give you guys and me they 2 cents. And I'm actually hoping it might be worth a nickel, but they're going to give their 2 cents on topics we're going to talk today. But before we get started, I'm going to ask you guys to do what I always do. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share it with some friends. We had a pretty good show last show where we had Fred Dean of the famous Hogs that played with the Washington Redskins. Got a lot of good feedback on that show. And once again, down below, tell us what you think about the show. Definitely tell us what you think about the guests, because they're going to be a ride. I'm telling you, they know they sports. And so today is May the 16th here in Houston, Texas. And so we're going to cover the gamut on college, pros, WNBA, and whatever these gentlemen want to talk about. So without further ado, let me introduce you to my guest, the guest host for today. We have Willard Allen. Thank you for coming to the show, Willard.
Glad to be here.
Also, we have, what is your name again?
Anthony Perry.
I knew it. I was just messing with you. Anthony Perry coming to the show.
That's okay.
we got 2 friends and 2 guys that know their sports. So today, what we're going to talk about first is, and I'm going to ask their opinion, then we're going to let them just go. I got a couple of things I want to ask you guys about. Have y'all heard about FAMU turning down this $270 million grant that was offered to him by this brother? Did you hear about that?
No.
Because what I was going to say was, Shayla, have you heard about that? Okay. So what I wanted to know was I did some investigating on it right here. Let me see what they're saying about it. $275 million.
Wow.
It was turned down because, one more time, Gregory Jeremy of the Jeremy's Batterson's Farm Corp appears to be non-existent. He tried to give the same amount of money to another college. They did some background work and found out there may be some shaky things in the background. Because my thought was, I ain't turning down $275 million.
Yeah.
So what you think about that?
Yeah. Well, it's good they did their research. Because anytime that type of money is out there, it's good to do your research because you never know what's behind it.
And then, like you said, sometimes what's the catch to that? You understand? There's an old cliche, proverb. They say everything glitter is not gold.
There you go. There you go.
So you have to be careful. You talk about that type of money, and you just want to make sure all the I's and the T's, I's dotted and the T's crossed.
Right. So what they did was they did their due diligence, as you said, and they checked into it, family, and they found out that it comprised of stocks that hadn't matured and may not mature. Now, I'm trying to get the back end of it, family, to find out would that have benefited this guy in some type of tax ramification, or, well, I'm sure you can write it off anytime you donate $275 million. You can write that off. That's what it's meant for. Probably a tax.
You give like that.
Right, for a tax write-off. And so I'm going to come back at you, family, the next show and tell you about that, because that's intriguing to me. I know why would you turn down $275 million? And second, why would you give $275 million of bogus dollars to someone? Because a white university had already turned it down, Coastal Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, so they did they due diligence.
Why was this particular university chosen to receive this? Why did this group chose to give them the money?
And it's good now to go back and look at that for ourselves. to see exactly why. As you would be.
I'm going to check into it.
You have piqued my curiosity.
Yeah. 275 million.
I need
They
to know what's
accepted it
going on
initially,
Yeah.
and the president came back to the athletic director, and actually someone got fired at FAMU for setting that up without running that through the proper channel.
This kind of money is some components.
Right.
involved.
This lady
We
got
know it's a sports show,
Right.
But it's even speaking to our hearts right now. When somebody got something too good to be,
true.
too good.
It's generally true. It's not true.
Yeah.
It's not true. I want to go back, family, on something that happened a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't give him his flowers, but I'm gonna give them to him now. I want to see how in depth you guys' knowledge is on the SWAC. You ever heard of Archie Cooley? Cooley?
Yes.
Archie
Yeah.
Cooley.
Football coach.
Football coach at Mississippi Valley State.
Yes,
He was the head man at Valley when they had Jerry Rice and Willie Towton when they was scoring like
Yes.
60 points a
It
game.
was 50.
150. Gunslinger.
Yes,
I hadn't said it yet, but I'm going to tell you,
Yes,
gunslinger.
yes, sir.
I told you these folks was knowledgeable. Right
Yes,
here.
sir.
The gunslinger. Archie Cooley died about 2 weeks ago.
Okay,
Archie,
okay.
the gunslinger, died.
Yeah.
But he never got his flowers because Bill Walsh, San Francisco 49ers, even stole.
Yeah, that's correct.
Even stole
That's
from the
absolutely
formation.
right.
When they came to play TSU back in the day, they had 4 wide receivers stacked behind each other. That had never been done.
Right.
Never been done till Archie Cooley did at Mississippi Valley State. Mississippi Valley State University. So we handing our flowers out today to Archie Cooley from Mississippi Valley State. A hell of a coach. Have not won like that since he been gone.
Right. Absolutely.
A hell of an innovator that his formations and philosophy was stolen. Bill Walsh gave him his flowers one time, but nobody else had.
Okay.
But we can see it in the league now.
Right. You can see it in the league.
Well, that West Coast offense.
Yeah, right.
West Coast
That's West
offense.
Coast
That's where they
offense.
adopted that West Coast offense.
Right.
Well, the Houston, right quick, the Houston Oilers.
Houston Oilers. Houston Oilers.
Used to
The running shoe.
Yeah, used to stop it.
The running shoe.
They
Right.
just did the
All
running
of it was a variation
Yeah,
of that.
yeah. They did
They just
the
altered it a
3 out
little
and the
bit.
4 out, but
Right.
Archie Cooley would stack 3 wide receivers over here and 2 over
But he
there.
laid the foundation.
He laid the
And
foundation.
everybody else kind of,
It just-
altered it. It's still,
Right, still in there.
Right.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next one here, and that is that I'm gonna give you a little SWAC information. In softball, I do it all. The girls softball, Jackson State beat Florida A&M University 5-3 to become SWAC champs in softball. They're going to be in the tournament bracket where they're going to play LSU, A&M, and Cal, and Mississippi State going to be in there. So you know how they're going to put them in the bracket.
Yeah,
where
okay.
Well,
they
they
ain't
missed
got
that
no-
OU, and Texas is ranked number 1, top seed overall, and OU. But I'm just saying, at least they missed them.
They missed
They got
them.
opportunity there.
Yeah. Well,
Anytime you lace up, you have opportunity.
you're right. Absolutely,
Right,
you
right.
got a chance. But
Right.
I would say the percentages are very low. They playing LSU at LSU.
We might get the 15,
We got to be
16
real with it.
seed. We understand.
Right.
But still, I like that better than being in that bracket with
Texas.
UT and OU, because they was 1 and 2 in the nation. They finished
Okay.
1 and 2.
Now, I think I did it the last show, family. Tamika Reeves, the head coach at Jackson State, female coach, has been hired by a D1.
Okay.
Is that FCS or FD? Which one are they? The higher bracket? FDS or FBS? Football. Anyway, she's in the higher bracket now. She's went to University of North Carolina, Charlotte.
Okay.
Yeah, she's at Charlotte.
Yeah. They was out there. They had been
No,
out
they've been out there.
They've been out there.
Kim Monkey wanted at LSU last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, one day, yeah. So
Wanted
she,
her as a top assistant.
right,
Yeah.
top assistant,
Okay.
top assistant. Well, top assistant at LSU, she might have been making $300,000-400,000.
Oh, easily.
Yeah. Now,
Easily.
Jackson State did her right last
Absolutely.
year. As I reported, now it's coming back to me. I did report it, family, because I reported the fact they re-signed her for $250,000, which is football coach money in the SWAC.
In the SWAC. Absolutely.
That's head coaches in the SWAC. You know, they get $250, maybe $300.
But they did their best to keep
They did their best to keep
But
her.
you know, when you go in that level and
on
and
the salary
playing
area.
that
Right.
type of ball and being successful,
Right.
it's recognized.
Right.
Yeah.
It's recognized. So, okay, man, look what she's doing at Jackson State. Let me bring her up here and pray that she can do this for us.
She was recruiting at Jackson State. Just imagine how she's going to recruit at
Yes,
Charlotte.
sir. But
At Charlotte.
a bigger resource.
Bigger
With
resources.
a bigger pool.
Bigger pool.
Yeah.
And they might have some at NIL.
Yes.
Still, Jackson State resources. We have to go back to the Deion Sanders situation, brought in additional resources there, where they could even pay her $250,000
Right.
because they had additional resources even when he was there. Although he's gone, there's still some of those resources because of what it generated.
If you ever watched any of my shows for that 2-year period of time, I always told my listening audience,
Yeah.
I don't understand why these coaches hating on Deion.
Yeah, because he brought a whole lot of resources in.
Stop hating on Deion.
Yes, he brought resources in.
and get into the mix and do what he doing.
Yes.
He's filling up the stadium.
They've been up stadium.
He
They
was
mad because
selling Coca.
He brought game day in there.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
About
Yes, he
resources.
did. Yes, he
He brought-
did.
And
still about
the more
resources.
recognition
Yeah.
and the great names, your name means something.
Yes, sir.
Now, it's not talking about down any other historical black coach. But when you say Deion, you're looking at his accolades. You're looking at his great things that he's done. And quite naturally, he wasn't what you say a coach, but he became a coach. But look what he brought to the stadium. Look what he brought to the school. They didn't even have a practice field.
Didn't have practice. Didn't have practice. Mike Strahan, the whole team got new suits. The Rock come over there and the XFL practice over. He got aligned with the XFL. Then he got aligned with all of the entertainers, all the young entertainers loved it. He took that not only from Jackson State, he took that all the way out to Boulder, Colorado.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, every weekend it was a different
That's correct.
rap artist in Boulder, Colorado when they came.
Well,
And that's what
Strahan
made
gave back to his
that's something
Texas
also.
Southern.
But I'm just talking about the
Yeah.
connections he had for
Right,
Jackson
right.
State.
Can I
Now,
say this quick?
go ahead.
Fat Larry, I'm going to say this on this camera. If you want to see a brother that support historical black college, it's Larry Rose.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
It's
sir.
Larry Rose.
Thank you. Now, FAMU Vice President for Advancement resigns amid donation controversy. I told you, family, we had just took a minute for my old computer to warm up. It's up here now, and it says FAMU President of Advancement. She's the president. She had to get out of Dodge once that, because what's happening now, as they were saying in the article, is that they're trying not to let this tarnish them because they don't want to be associated with this guy, thinking that they knew that there may be some underhanded stuff going on, and they're a part of it.
Right.
And it may not be no underhanded stuff going on once they find the guy, but if they're reporting that his donation consisted of stocks that hadn't matured yet, and it might be 10 years, so he actually ain't really getting, they not getting $275 million.
Well, see, something like that, we have to always be mindful. Still, that type of money sometimes will compromise your integrity.
Yes.
And that's what been happening
That's what happened.
somewhere.
Yeah.
You understand? Some people saw some red flags, but they saw the dollar, they saw the green. And they looked past some things. Now, when something don't go through, the axe always have to fall somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So so I hate this individual and that to resign.
Right.
But somebody saw some red flag,
right.
but they saw the green,
Right.
and then you compromise.
That's
So
what's
we have to always be
Yeah,
careful
yeah.
when you ever.
And that's what the president said, that they just called her and said, look, we
Yeah.
got a donation for $275 million. We want you to take this
Yeah.
photo shot.
Yeah.
And she said she'd never took that picture if she'd known what was going on.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's repercussions involved.
Right.
So I'm going to get off of FAMU because I don't want them to think that I'm bashing FAMU, but y'all in the news for that.
Right.
Yeah, not for the university and what's achieved and what it stands for, but for this particular situation. So I was just bringing the news to my family. Okay, so here we go. Talladega College is in the NIA. I report all universities, not just local, not just the SWAC, the MEAC, CIAA, SIAC. And so that's what CIA is, what Talladega College is in. And Talladega College won their league, and they made it to the NIA baseball tournament. They lost to beat 2 games to 1. They did beat them a game. They lost the number 1 seed, LSU Shreveport. LSU Shreveport. And so if you see LSU in front of it, they got some support. They got some support. LSU.
Yes, sir.
So they lost to them. Now, we talked about Archie Cooley. TSU won the SWAC track championship last week. So I want to put that out. You know, I've been hard on TSU track team over the last couple of years because Willard and Anthony, when I went to Texas Southern, they were called the Flying Tigers.
Yes, sir.
Flying
Yes,
Tigers.
sir.
Now, I know, see, Pastor Lang, and I want to tell y'all that. Don't never think that certain individuals don't know certain things. These 2 men are ministers, and they know their sports. So that's why he's laughing at me. But anyway, Pastor Allen, back in the day, when they were talking track, they were talking about the Flying Tigers.
Yes, sir.
So there were Hines
and a whole bunch of them.
Taylor come out of
A
there.
whole bunch of them.
Some runners came out of it. That's right. They was the Flying Tigers.
Ainsley Armstrong.
The TSU relay.
TSU
relay.
Thank you. Was the relay.
It was the relay.
Yes, that's what it was.
Pristine. It was pristine.
It was pristine.
It was
So-
TSU relays. Yes.
So I've been on them about, you know, them not being the Flying Tigers of old, so I got to give them his flowers. They won the SWAC championships for the track this year. And the baseball tournament is getting ready to get played May the 22nd through the 25th. And it's going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. And let me give you the standings right now. The top 4 teams in the East go, and the top 4 teams in the West go. Right now, this is the last week of games. One more time, today is May the 16th. TSU is supposed to be playing UAPB today, the last series, which could determine the status. But as of now, FAMU is leading the East 20-7. Bethune-Cookman is 18-8. I'm gonna stop right there. 2 Florida teams leading the East.
Okay.
I want you to let me know what you think about that. How you think they? It's not a right answer, but let me go ahead and say it. That is that in that Sun Belt state, and then you got Cubans, you got Hispanics,
Right.
and you got blacks that play.
Right.
You talking about baseball country.
Right.
All the major, not all,
Most
half
of
of
them
these
go
teams
to-
train
Correct.
in Florida.
This is what they do.
That's what I'm trying to say. This is what they do in Florida.
You know, I mean, they not known that they won't produce any football or
Right.
basketball players.
Yeah.
But baseball and soccer players come.
Right. Yeah. Now they're gonna produce. Let me correct you on the football. A whole bunch of football players come out there.
yeah, Florida.
Florida, but I was just talking about
But-
you talking about as far as on the baseball,
Right.
spending
Well,
on,
right.
you know
Right.
what I'm talking about,
Right.
the coach and the initiative.
And if I'm not mistaken,
you know,
family's
what they
baseball
recruited.
coaches is Cuban. And I'm
That's
not
what I'm
talking
saying.
down on that, but what I'm trying to say is
Oh, yeah.
they live and breathe
That's
baseball
what
and
I'm saying.
Cuban.
Those Caribbean type
That's what
nations,
those
they do.
They have a team full
Base,
of.
that's right. At a young age, 8, 9 years old, they out there with a stick,
Right.
not a bat, a stick.
Right.
You got to remember, that's what we did back in the day.
Back
We had
in the
the
day.
broomstick.
That's
right.
We couldn't afford
With a
it. And
rock.
a tennis ball.
And not a baseball, a tennis
A
ball.
tennis ball. Yeah.
And so you got Bethune-Cookman, Daytona, Florida, Daytona Beach, Florida, 18-8.
Okay.
Alabama State, 16-11, and the 4th team is Jackson State, 14-12. Now you come over to the West, you got Texas Southern, 17-6, number 1. Grambling State, 17-8. Prairie View, 15-9, and Southern, 15-11. That is of today, May the 16th. The weekend series, each team played each other 3 games. They start this weekend, so it could change. But as of today, this is how they stand, and this is who would be in the tournament. Okay? And so what we're going to do now is go to NBA.
Do you know who
Go ahead.
Texas Southern is playing this weekend in the series?
University of Alabama Pine Bluff.
Okay.
Arkansas Pine Bluff.
University of Arkansas.
UAPB.
Yeah,
UAPB.
Yeah, okay. I got
Okay.
it. Yeah, okay.
And Indy versus the New York Knicks. Give me your opinion first, you Pastor Perry. Give me your opinion on.
Well, I'm gonna go on record. I believe New York will take this series in 7. I believe Indy will respond. They back home for Game 6. I think it will go 7. I believe what Bronson and the gang is doing, they undermanned it. You can say that, but let me tell you something. I learned this every time. Every guy on that team, when that old cliche, next man up, have adopted this from their coach mentality. Right. So I'm gonna take the Knicks in this series just to keep it short in 7. I just believe, and the Garden gonna play a factor.
Oh, always
that
does.
Home court has a little it in it. Yeah. That it in it. So I'm gonna take the Knicks in 7 in this.
All right, Brother Mallow, what you got?
Oh, the Knicks.
You got the Knicks?
Because if we go to Game 7, they're going back to New York.
Yeah. So this next game in Indy, do you think Indy gonna get past Game 6?
It's a possibility that New York can end it there.
Yeah, it's a possibility. I got Indy because certain players play better at home.
At home.
And I was getting ready to say, I'm disappointed in Halliburton when they go to New York. He's a no-show in 3 games. What you think?
Well, let's look at it. It's playoff time.
Right.
Pressure.
Yes, sir.
Pressure. And I've seen him pass up some shots that he normally take, but he's also the point guard.
Yeah.
But that he has to grow into when to take the shot rather than when to pass the ball.
Okay. Now, I agree with you on that, Willard, but I'm still just talking about hard and showing up.
Oh, yes.
He has not shown up 3 games. Now, that's why I'm saying I'm picking them tomorrow when they play New York because they're going to be at home.
Right.
So, they say certain guys are home team players. Yeah, they play good at home.
But the fans make a difference.
Make a difference.
And a young team, and they just now are coming in. Always remember, sitting and looking at the game is the easiest part.
Right.
But being between them lines is the hard part. Yeah. And we don't know what's going on, but I'm with you. Is that he has to grow into, because we know he can shoot. Right. But he's not a Damian Lillard. He's never been all season long. Right. Just shoot.
Well, it ain't so much as I want him to do what Damian Lillard did. I want him to show. That's what I'm saying. He got picked to go to the Olympics. He got picked to go to the Olympics.
Yeah, he's an all-star. I just won't totally put it all on him, but being the facilitator. He's the engine. He's the key in the engine.
Thank you.
You understand? Now, I say what Pastor Allen Willard just said. He got to grow. It's still a growing process. See, playoff is different than regular season. That's a different animal. 2 different
Did
teams.
y'all see Game 4?
Yes, sir.
Indy and New York Knicks.
Okay, and Indy blew them out in Game 4.
Did you see the swag he had?
Okay.
He has had no swag in New York. No swag in New York. He acts like he's scared when he goes to New York. Now, that's what I'm saying.
Look at the 2. Let's look at the.
Well, I'm not saying he's scared because you can't be in the NBA.
No.
But I'm just telling you about what I see.
Shots the other night.
What type of basketball do Indy play?
Up and down the floor.
All right. Now, at home, they play the fast pace real well. But when they go to New York is controlling the style and the flow of the game. And New York is defensing. And New York is hustling. And New York is doing all that. So now I'm not getting the loose balls and running.
But the only team going to win is the one that imposing will on the other team. They not imposing their will.
I'm agreeing with you.
To me, they missed their chance when they went back the other day on Game 5.
Absolutely.
Because New York know now that they can't beat them in New York.
Yeah, absolutely.
They know that they can't beat them in New York.
Let me tell you, hustle plays.
Now,
New York has shot 29 more shots. Even Rick Carlisle said it.
Right.
You understand? I mean, that effort, the hustle plays, the effort plays, that determines. Right. Then New York hit a whole lot of big shots. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. And Indy didn't hit a bunch of shots. And like you say, Halliburton, he wasn't aggressive enough.
No.
Sometimes you just got to, leave it all out there, regardless of how the chips might fall. But you'll see a different team tomorrow night. I think they play tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They play tomorrow. It's only one game tonight. One more time. It's May the 16th, Thursday. It's only one game tonight. Right. Denver's going to dispose of Timberwolves tonight. Now, let's go right into, that's a segue right into the next topic. And that is The Nuggets are playing the T-Wolves. Who you got, Pastor?
Okay, you want me first?
Yeah.
I look for the T-Wolves to finally, some kind of way, remember who they are. They won those first 2 games. They kind of surprised Denver. Denver regrouped as a champion, will do. But I look for Gobert and some of these boys, Carl Anthony Towns, to show up to help this young superstar. Now, he's not there yet. And I believe they put this label, let me finish. I believe they put that label on the Ant-Man too soon. He's not Mike yet. Okay? There's only one. I'm just talking about what the
No, I agree with you on that.
and the analysts they was doing. You put too much weight on this youngster. But don't get me wrong. He have delivered 3 out of those 5 games. Okay? But what I'm saying, you got to have that supporting cast. And they heard it. Gobert as the defensive player of the year has not stepped up. Don't get me wrong. The Joker is all world. He's the most valuable player in the league. But Gobert got to give me more than what he's been giving me.
So
Carl Anthony Towns got to be more consistent. And the Ant points will mean something. Me and Pastor Allen was talking earlier. He been scoring, but his points been prior. They really didn't have no significance.
No, there you go.
You can score 45, but if you 30 points down, they're 45.
Now, who are you saying doing that?
The Ant on a couple of his games. The first 2 games was good when they was up 2-0. But the last 3 games, he scored some points. One of the games, he shot 40-something.
Well,
but they lost by 30.
And I don't want to interrupt you, but I am.
Okay. Don't show you can. You can. Okay.
I told you, that we friends.
But I'm going to Minnesota now. I'm telling you, I
friends.
believe they will show up tonight
Right.
to win at home.
I disagree with you
Okay.
on anything you said negative about Anthony Edwards, except he did not show one game. This last game, game 5,
Yeah.
you got 2 and 3 guys running after him.
I know they
At
did the
some,
adjustment.
hold on.
Okay.
At some point,
Yeah.
somebody got to say, I'm going to help him.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to help him.
That's right.
I don't know what you want him to do.
Right.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
a couple times he just went ahead in the 4th quarter and just went 1-on-2 and 1-on-3 because they was not helping him.
Right. That's true.
They was not helping him.
I agree.
Yeah, nobody, I think, in the sports world that's narrating and commentating on this game will tell you that the fault of this, and you don't want to put the fault on everybody else, but you can't say that Anthony Edwards is not doing his
Oh,
part.
no. I
He
said
just
his
needs some
support
help.
again. That's why I say go back and call out the time.
I told Pastor Perry earlier, the superstar on the team in the first 2 games was dominant.
Right.
Edwards.
Right.
Dominant. The coach of Denver has said, you're not going to be that dominant. Right? Now, you go to the other side, and the superstar of Denver, the last 3 games, has been dominant.
Right.
I don't care who you put on it.
Right.
You talking about the defense player of the year?
Right.
That boy throwing his hands up in the air. Lord, please send me some help.
Right.
Because this boy is gone. I watched him. I mean, I did not move. I just watched him, how he played the game. And the Joker.
Yeah.
The Joker ain't no joke.
Let me add this, Willie. Keep your thought because you're going to come right back to you. But when he would make those nice dimes to some people that are wide open, what did they do?
They hit.
That's the difference. When Anthony Edwards, when he throws the ball to somebody, nobody's hitting. Nobody. Actually, they're passing up shots.
Well,
Go ahead.
you go back to the last game. He didn't pass the ball.
Anthony?
No.
Joker.
Joker went to scope.
Okay.
His mindset was to scope.
Yeah.
They gets to the 4th quarter.
Then he starts passing.
Then he stepped back and let
Yeah.
Mary
Yeah.
take over.
Yeah.
So it's now you say I think they get in because Joker is on a mission.
Right.
Huh?
Right.
And they done threw Towns at him, they done threw Reed at him, they done threw Gobert at him.
Do you agree with this one person versus what's the name is doing to Anthony Edwards, throwing three guys at
him? The
him?
difference, right quick, Pastor, the difference is you can throw 3 at Joker, but you're throwing them at your expense.
Right.
Because he's going to kick the ball
Well,
out.
you don't just throw them all at the same time. You're going to send. It's like when Anthony Edwards come down, he can see 2 guys.
Right.
And then he got a 3rd guy at the free throw line. He don't have 3 on him, but they got a 3rd guy ready for him.
Let me say this here. In playoff, you guys know this. you make adjustments as the series goes. Now, the X factor in this series, and nobody is saying, I believe we all saw it, is guarding. See, you got to have this type of player. The great Chicago teams, they had Rodman, they had Horace Grant, and all of this here. Gordon is that man.
Stepping up.
That's what I'm talking about. And that's what Minnesota don't have that
That's
third
all I'm
factor.
saying. They ain't got nobody stepping up.
And Gordon have stepped up for Denver in another way that helped them to regroup, because after the first two games, even Murray had lost his cool, if you want to use that term.
Stop.
Okay.
I want your opinion on this.
Okay.
Me and my cousin talked about this.
Okay.
The NBA helped Denver Nuggets to no end, family. And I want you to write down below. Give me your opinion, family, down below in the comments. When you see this show, what do you think? Murray was supposed to be suspended.
We all know that.
He was supposed to be suspended at least one game. Actually, in the regular season, he'd have been suspended for 10.
You're absolutely right. And let me say this.
Saved the Nuggets.
You got to
They
remember
saved the
that
Nuggets.
we are in 2024. It's a different game. It's a different time. All old school saying he should have been suspended. New school, oh man, it wasn't nothing but.
No, Willard, it just happened this year.
I'm saying.
The Beard Harden said something to an official that was derogatory and got fined $100,000. Said something, not threw something.
Right.
He didn't just throw that at the thing. You know who he was throwing that at? The official was right there that he had been having an argument with the whole while.
But you know,
He missed him and it went up on the
But
floor.
the official never saw it.
It don't matter. The NBA reviewed it and saw it.
Right.
Right. They reviewed it and saw
What I'm
it.
saying
You cannot tell me the NBA did not save the Denver
He
Nuggets.
threw a towel
And he
and
threw
he
it in a
threw
heat pan.
Well,
He
somebody
saved
could've
them. The
got hurt.
NBA saved them.
A basketball player threw a ball in the stands and hit a person and got 4 games. Back in the day, that would have been 10 games. It's a different time. It's a different time.
But he got what?
You gotta
4 games.
He got 4 games.
This boy didn't get nothing.
But he didn't throw a ball. I'm just using the difference in time. Y'all might be missing my point. I'm saying the difference in time. You were talking about under the coach, under the commissioner at the time. Sure enough, would have sent him home.
Stearns was
Stern would have sent him home.
Yeah.
But we got Silver now. Different. Now watch. And so I'm leaving here. All I'm saying to you is we are living in a different time. That discipline is not as strict.
I want your answer. Pastor
Last
Anthony
word.
agrees with me. Do you agree with me? He should have been suspended.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But I'm
Okay.
just only thing I'm saying is you're talking about a different period of time.
But remember, the guy who's assessing the punishments now, besides the commissioner got to sign off, is Joe Dumas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, from the Bad Boy Pistols.
Right.
So now I believe, my opinion, they wanted to stretch this series. You understand? You got television and
Oh, yeah.
and advertisement.
Oh, yeah.
Because if Murray gets suspended for game 3, I believe
They sweeping him.
I believe it's a sweep, but
they
that
sweeping
would have been a big difference.
Oh, yes.
Because Murray had a monster game.
They
game 3.
sweeping them.
You talking about a person, you have to look at this factor too. You talking about a person. That's the only one instant that
That's
we
true.
can see
He's
in
not
his
Claiborne
career
Green. I understand.
that he did that.
No,
just saying.
I'm not
I'm
calling
just
him a
saying.
bad joker,
No,
a bad
no.
guy or
No,
anything,
no.
but what I'm saying is that
Consequences for your action.
that's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
Now,
What you did required for you to miss everybody, even during the game, they was like, this might be
agreeing with
over.
you.
Every commentator. When I read the next day of the paper, everybody said this may be over with because he's going to get suspended.
Right.
$100,000 is no
nothing.
money with the monies they made.
It's nothing.
And the team paid that.
That's not even his check for a whole game.
Listen.
That's not even his check for a
All
whole
I'm
game.
saying is you're looking
Yeah, it's
at
a different NBA. I
time of
understand.
NBA.
Yeah.
Now, should I answer your question? Sure. Because I'm old school.
Yeah.
But now, if I look at him, it's the only thing I can say about him is this incident. Now, if he'd have done it before, I'm quite sure he got a game suspension.
He got probation.
But you know, I'm just saying, he got probation. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, that was terrible. Now,
I don't think that changed.
and after the first 2 games, I'm like Stephen A. I had to apologize to my Nugget fans because they just did not show up. They did not show up.
Right.
And before the series started, I had Denver pick to win.
Right.
But after I saw that shellacking they took for 2 games, I jumped on the T-Wood.
Game 2
Right.
altered a bunch of people's minds.
Right.
But
That's when I jumped
this
on.
statement, the old statement that Rudy Tomjanovich said.
Right.
Never
I agree.
underestimate the heart of a champ. I said, look, I understand basketball. You guys understand.
Right.
In series, you make adjustments.
Right.
I didn't think it was going to be no sweep. I just did not see that.
Oh, I didn't see no
I
sweep.
thought Murray was going. That's why I said it was going to be a sweep.
Yeah,
I thought
jumped on
Murray
that
was going.
bandwagon.
I thought
But
Murray was
I
going.
thought Minnesota. I said, well, look like Minnesota can match up with Denver. They might win this series, but I still thought it was going to be a series. But I did not even see
no.
Denver coming back and winning 3 in a row.
no.
Shocked me.
No.
So
They had the
it was a
better.
shock.
Before the segment, I'm going to the next series.
Yeah.
Before it started, did you have Denver over T-Woods?
Absolutely.
I have. Did you have Denver? I had them. But so after the
I
first
think
2
you
games,
can
did you
make
make a
something
change? I'm not saying a definite change, but did you have a change saying I think the T-Woods?
I know you're going to the next one, but let me tell you something. Remember, the T-Wolves had just swept Phoenix.
That's what I'm saying.
So I knew this was going to be a monster series.
Right.
Now, I predicted this to go 7.
Right. Oh,
It
okay.
didn't even surprise me they swept Denver. Denver they ain't got
No.
I mean,
Phoenix. Yeah,
Phoenix.
They don't do that with KD,
They don't have no
Booker
man,
and Bill.
Booker's playing out of
I cannot
position
believe that.
faster.
I can't believe that. I can't believe that.
Well, we're going to move on. We're
Okay,
going to move on.
okay.
We got the Mavs
We'll
versus
talk about
OKC.
Okay.
Now, I had the Mavs before the series started
Still
because, I got them now,
I
but I
did.
had
I
them.
did.
But
I
after
did.
OKC tied it up the other night, did you change anything or you stayed with the Mavs?
No, I had OKC in this series, and so I'm shocked. I thought this young team was going to
They
take
missed their chance last
Luka
night.
and Kyrie out. I really thought, and now it's suspect,
Oh, they missed their
because I
chance.
believe Dallas, if Dallas don't close them out this time at home on game 6, they in trouble. But I was going with OKC, so this would be an upset for me. I didn't go with Dallas.
Okay, who you got?
I got the Mavs because of
Oh,
you.
now?
You had it from the beginning? No, from the beginning.
Because
What
of
about
you.
you before the beginning? You had OKC,
I
right?
had OKC.
Okay, what you got?
Yeah.
Because I had the Mavs from the beginning.
I was going with
One thing about it,
SGA.
again, pressure is at the old time to say with bust a pipe. This is the NBA playoff, 7th round. I'm going to look at the veterans. They have 2 superstars,
Yeah, they do.
Kyrie and Luka. And if Hardaway is on, I'm going with the Mavs.
They got another young boy named P.J. Washington.
Stop.
They picked him up.
I'm gonna interrupt Pastor now.
Oh,
Okay.
have mercy.
We're back to where Minnesota, Anthony is doing everything he
Third
can.
man, you need that third
And he's
wheel.
dropping balls off of people that's wide open.
And they missing
missing
shots.
shots. Now, Luka and Kyrie doing the same thing, and they dropping that ball off of PJ, and what is he doing?
You got to have that third wheel.
But he didn't have that good game last night. You know, he didn't
Well,
have no
another one
points.
had jumped.
Until the fourth, at the second half.
He got
But they got
Jones.
people.
Right, absolutely.
They got people that.
Absolutely.
It's about you. And I learned it. Listen, even the great Bulls team, when it came sometime for that big shot, I seen
Yeah.
Paxson hit one,
Paxson.
Mike pass ball. I seen Steve Kerr hit one. You got to have that support.
Right.
You understand? Your superstars will show up, but this is a team game. Them other ones
I got
are-
one thing I want to say about Luka. I don't like the fact he crying all the time.
They talk about
They said that
LeBron.
last
night.
Luka is the biggest cry.
Every call.
But he was kind of quiet last night.
Well, he didn't. He didn't. cry.
He shoved SGA,
Yeah.
and when they showed it again, I thought, well, maybe he didn't. And I said, what are you crying about? You pushed the guy, put your arm. What is you?
He had a triple double last night.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, and,
Yeah,
and
you're
I read the sports today, and everybody's saying, a couple of the pros are saying, just play ball, man.
Yeah.
Just play ball.
Yeah.
I mean, God dang it, every call you argue.
I'm with you on that. Yeah.
Every call.
But he's a great player.
Great
But
player.
That crying just take away from
Oh
him.
man,
Yeah.
and the Celtics versus the Cavs, that was doomed from the point they said it was going to
Absolutely.
do. It's I don't know what they're going to do with the Cavaliers.
Let me say this here, and this is where I pause at. Remember, I know Celtics talent-wise, you would say it should have been automatic, and which eventually was 4-1. Because Donovan went down, and,
Right.
and the other big boy, Allen, was out, and all of this here. But guys, anybody that's on a roster That's what you're seeing in New York.
Right.
He got himself. Burt's been setting the last.
They all
games.
pros.
They all pros.
They
Don't
all
do
pros.
this here.
I
Let
tell
me
people
you
all the
something.
time, the 12th
Couple
and the
of
15th
games-
guy on that bench,
Come on, man.
you take him up to the YMCA, you be well like,
Cleveland, they just didn't have
man,
enough.
that guy can
to
hoop.
get over the last end because Donovan got hurt, but I seen a whole lot of grit in what Bickerstaff them is building down there in Cleveland.
Yes.
They weren't going to beat the
But,
Celtics.
They weren't going to be, that's right, they weren't going to be, I had the Celtics in 4.
I had the Celtics and I had
the Celtics.
I had
Celtics.
Minnesota over
I had
at
Celtics.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
I don't know what you see in Phoenix.
No.
Now Durant is Durant. Edwards went down
Yeah.
there. I can't say it on air, but Edwards went down there and snatched his heart out.
Right,
Of him.
right.
He said, "Old man, go sit down
Go sit.
somewhere."
He stashed it out, Booker and Bill.
Yeah.
And Bill.
What it's teaching us, them super teams, 1 or 2 superstars don't get you to the promised land.
No.
It take that supporting cast.
You got to have
man.
supporting cast.
You got to, man.
You gotta have
know
supporting
what I'm
cast.
I'm not saying
saying? Look
that
at the
all.
Clippers.
Let
They
me
got
show
3
you.
superstars, but what they at home first
They
round.
ain't got no supporting cast.
When you
You
look
got to
at
have the supporting cast.
when you go back and look at Houston Rockets, Moses didn't have it, but he got him as far as he could take
Got
it.
that,
Huh?
got as far as he could take it.
Elijah
That's what
Warren
I'm saying.
didn't have it, he got him as far as he could take him.
Well,
Yeah.
Rockets had some good teams. There was some pieces
That
around
was,
Elijah Warren.
but you, okay.
Don't do that.
All right,
Thor was there.
Okay.
But
Samson was there too.
Samson
Samson was there too.
No, well, Samson was gone for
No, Samson was there in 86.
When they went against Boston.
Boston, right.
I'm talking about when they won it.
When they
Oh,
They
won
had
it.
well,
Otis
yeah,
Starr,
Otis Starr.
they had Burnham Maxwell, Kenny Smith, Mario Elliott.
Supporting cast.
Yeah, some supporting cast. Then you turn back around, and next year they bring in Clyde
Yeah,
to win that second championship, because they won it back to back.
right.
You understand? So it was some big time players here with the Rockets.
Right.
But it was
At that
the only
time.
thing I'm saying. It was
was
the
a top
Elijah Warren show.
We know
Yes, sir.
that.
Yes,
We
sir.
know that.
And all the rest of them was good for
You're
funding.
right. Right.
And he.
Not
There was no legitimate.
No,
There
that's
was no legitimate 2 stars on
When you
their
go to
team.
the Boston Celtics, you got 5 All-Stars on the floor.
Right.
Back in the day.
hurt
Right.
now.
Huh?
Ponzinibbio
No, I'm talking about back in the day, the Bird game, the Parrish game, the Maxwell. Them all was
Right.
Mario. Ain't nobody know nothing about no Mario Elliott.
No.
Hey,
Oh,
man,
the
you
start
got
was
2
just a
rookies.
journeyman.
You got 2 rookies. You get by Sam
Sam
Cassell
Cassell.
and Big
Robert
Ball.
Osborne.
and,
Big Shot Ball.
Big Shot Ball.
Big
Come
Shot
on,
Ball.
man.
No, Robert Horry. But back then, when you talking about Bird and all that, yeah, we had Bobby Joe Reed, God bless his soul, because he done passed now.
Right, but
You
I'm talking
understand?
about stars.
Yeah, you understand?
Now
Yeah.
you had people,
But look at that Joker, that team Boston had.
but
Like
the
you said,
Joker,
Robert Parrish
if
and
you
Larry
look at the
McHale,
Joker,
Kevin McHale. Well, okay.
you look at the Joker,
Okay.
you look at the Joker,
Uh-huh.
the Joker can take 4 OK players and that do their role.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. You don't need nobody but a shooter,
You don't need them to shoot.
a guard,
Somebody went out
and
there
somebody to rebound.
They shoot the ball.
and that's what Gordon. They got it.
That's
They
what
got
Gordon-
Jamal
they
Murray, the
got
shooter,
Jamal- that's correct.
and the guard,
That's correct.
and they got Gordon clean up all the
Now,
trash.
let me
All the
Can
trash.
I ask a quick
They
question?
still got boy, they got some boys.
Oh, they got some more guys, but I'm just talking about
Jackson.
those
They
are
got
3
some
men.
people-
Okay.
They
Can I
got
ask you
some
this
great
question?
I
coaches.
apologize. You got to have Porter in
You
there.
got to look at
Because he knocking down the three.
Yeah,
Gotta have
and
ball.
then you got a seasoned coach.
Yeah.
If you take Joker,
You can have a whole lot of
Off
talent
that
that to
team.
do with it. Ask Philadelphia.
what would they be? I'm just asking a question. If you take Joker off that team,
Ain't gonna be average.
No,
they're gonna be average.
You're gonna be average.
You take some of them plays off that team and leave Joker there, what they gonna be?
And now if
They won't
bring
win
in-
the championship.
They won't win the championship if they bring in some guys equal to what they got.
Murray is, man.
Yeah,
Murray.
Murray for real.
I'm just saying. I didn't say take the whole team.
Oh, okay.
I say take
What
some
you
of the
think Carl
guys.
Anthony Pope, what's that Caldwell Pope them is that won with LeBron down there? Man, let me tell you, Denver is loaded, man.
I love it,
It's
man.
not
I
just
love
about
it.
the Joker.
I love it, man.
What you think about Caldwell Pope, man?
Look,
He ain't
only
Pope.
thing I'm saying, if you take the Joker away,
We know that. He's
Okay.
a superstar. He's not
he is
strong.
the super.
He
of
is
the
a
superstar.
superstar.
Right.
Now, if you bring in talent, you said everybody in the NBA can play.
Right.
You bring him
You know
in,
you got
but
one, two on different levels.
you cannot take joke out. This is all I'm saying.
You're right.
I'm talking about it's different levels of stars.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is.
Okay, Mike Lee.
His records shows it already. They wasn't doing anything before you got
Got
there.
that.
Yeah,
Okay, right quick.
Go one more time, then I got one other thing.
Take Mike off of the Chicago Bulls. Did they do it?
They ain't going nowhere.
Did they win?
They went to the playoffs.
Yeah, but did they win?
I got another for you. Take Dennis Rodman out the
Take
bed.
Dennis Rodman. You can't take
Well,
Dennis
right.
Rodman.
Third person they had Mike, Scotty, but they had to have a Rodman. Before Rodman, they had Harry Brent. That's what I'm keep. That's why I say the X factor in this series is God.
Right.
The reason
Joker can have his 40.
All right.
Maury can have his 20. But you got to have that third lead.
Let's go. And we can sit here and talk all day, fam. This is what we do all the time.
Okay.
But anyway, who you got coming out the East already?
Boston.
Boston. Who you got coming out the West?
No, it's not already.
Oh, okay.
Because
So
they still got to play a finals.
you think Knicks? Knicks can do anything with
I'm
them?
going to go Boston.
No.
But don't just say.
The Knicks might win one game.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with one game with the
Okay,
Knicks.
Boston.
I might give them
against-
two.
You might
They
get two.
hustling, boy. They
No,
hustle, man. They one of the
Boston
teams,
hungry,
man.
though,
They-
man.
Right
Oh,
now,
yeah,
Boston home. Boston
Yeah.
Right now,
Boston.
if you just want me to go and give you my picks, and then Boston and Denver will meet up.
Right.
And I don't believe Boston is consistent. When they run their coach out, I'm gonna go with Denver to repeat.
Right.
That's
I'm gonna have to
my
go
pick.
with Denver too.
I gotta go with Denver.
I gotta go with Denver.
Boston
Boston
is
are
not
close. They close if they can just be. You said the word about
coach.
Boston, consistency.
Yeah,
That's the word.
Well, Boston always gonna get the talent Boston want,
Right.
and they got that talent.
Right.
Shoot, too.
Now,
They would've got Drew Holiday.
Now, watch this. Watch this. Milwaukee blessed them.
Sure did.
Exactly. Somebody that's gonna take them up another level. Holiday,
Yeah.
huh? Was a blessing.
You don't need to call no play for
Milwaukee.
him. You don't need no play
You
for
don't
him.
need no play.
So you gotta have players like that on your team.
That's correct.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, for championship. Yeah, they ain't worried
It ain't
about
about
that.
the superstars. See, like Tatum and Brown, we know them 300
Right.
But you got to have that third
Yeah,
lead.
like White, that guy, that White, unknown, right? White's see, White is an X factor for Boston.
Absolutely. This year.
This year he's an X factor
The
for
only
Boston.
reason we don't say Holiday because he's so quiet.
But so quiet.
He hit the big three when
Right,
he needed the
right,
big
right,
three.
right, right.
Now, see, really to me, Boston don't have a superstar.
Right.
Tatum hadn't proved to me.
Right.
Tatum.
He hadn't proved to
He's
me.
just proved you that he's an
He's a
all-star
great
player. All-star
Right,
player.
but he's not that
Yeah.
takes them.
Well, this is what they saying. He's
Yeah,
not
well-
on a consistent level, Pastor.
Right.
But
Because
he's
they won a
he's
championship.
a star.
All right,
Now,
let's we're gonna have to get out of that. We have to
Okay.
go because we can do it. I'm gonna have to have him back, family. Let's go with the Astros.
Okay, now.
All right.
Okay.
I got
What we
my
gonna do?
Astros.
Got his Astros stuff on. What we
let
got?
me tell you what.
You think they can get
last
themselves
night,
out of this hole?
y'all, yes, because the West is weak. I still think.
Let me think about the West. Call off the West teams. You said they're weak.
Seattle,
Well, you got Seattle, Oakland,
Texas.
and Texas. Now, Texas is tough.
Texas.
But we
You right,
just
you
won
right.
3. So I think, but now let me tell you something. Relief pitching, I think later on gonna get better. They got jumped early in the year. We lost 8 games in the late innings.
Yeah.
Our relief pitching have
Winnable
been down.
games. 8
But now
winnable
let me say
games.
this here. This was a bad move on this youngster just the other night, Blanco.
Yeah.
Okay, because now he's a marked man. The one that threw the no-hitter,
Right.
then they just suspended him for 10. That's why they don't even appeal it, because he was dirty.
Right.
They call him dirty.
Right.
But now every time he catch the mound, whatever, they watching him.
right.
You understand?
You just hope that it doesn't go to his psyche and throw him
Yeah,
off.
yeah, I think it's gonna mess with his mind.
But he's gonna miss only one game. That's how come they're not.
Oh,
appealing.
okay. I
They
don't
said it
know. I
last
didn't know
night.
you-
I caught
you
that on
okay.
last night.
Okay.
The boss said that the reason they not suspended probably is because he's gonna only miss one game.
And last point I want to make about the Astros, from the manager point. See, Dusty had this same team. Pitching problems, rockabye baby, a
Right.
bunch of pitchers out,
Right.
but Dusty's making the right moves. I don't think this guy, don't get me wrong, I'm an Astros fan.
Right.
In which he studied under Dusty. He was one of Dusty's bench coaches.
Right.
You understand? He's going to have to get better.
Yeah.
Shuffling. Because I looked at their lineup card. The way he been
Espada
playing
or something
with.
like that.
Yeah,
Espada.
the way they've been playing with his lineup card. He can't get set. Then they finally had to send that boy down that they spent all that money to bring here. That
At
ended
first
up being
baseman.
a bus.
At first base.
$60 million. But they had to play him because they was paying him so much money.
Right.
But you finally made claim to your senses.
Right.
So they're getting better now. They're making that adjustment. So let's see.
So you think they can come out the hole? What about you?
Well, I'm not going to jump too fast because the general manager even said it. We get into the weakest part of our schedule.
And that's when they need to make up the ground.
That's when they need to make up the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, now no doubt about that. But my concern is when you see the big boys, are you ready for the big boys?
Well,
Now,
this helps.
You play Detroit.
This helps.
You play Detroit.
Yeah.
Oakland.
Then you got Oakland.
They on your schedule.
I'm just
No,
saying.
he's trying to say that.
Yeah, he's saying, I'm just saying, they on the weakest part of that schedule.
Yeah, they are.
They're not going to see
Thank
quality
God.
pictures.
Thank
Absolutely.
God.
They're not going to see what you say, quality pictures, in a series with now Detroit had them 2-1.
Right.
Huh? And the next thing I know, I turned to come back, and then it took off because this boy come in and can't even get no bat out.
Yeah.
You know, so they can, and I can't say this.
Long season.
Boston. I mean, boy, I didn't think the Astros did my boy Dusty bad because they didn't appreciate Dusty.
They didn't appreciate
I'm not talking about the organization.
That's the hell of a coach.
I'm talking
Always
about
have been.
the fans.
Right.
And
Fans
right.
didn't. Organization didn't want him to go. Organization didn't want him to go.
But Dusty was
The
ready to go.
organization, yeah.
After that last
That was
year.
all Dusty.
No, understand.
Astros didn't want him to go.
They didn't want him to go.
No, Crane did not want Dusty to
Absolutely.
Dusty, he made the decision to leave.
Well, Dusty said
he
himself
wanted
that
to go home.
it was too many negative
Right.
reports on him
Right.
about the way he coached.
He wanted to
But
go home.
Go back to Dusty last year.
Yeah.
People don't understand. They don't
Move
look at
his
sports
way.
like we look at sports.
Yes.
Man, Altuve got hurt in the World Championship game.
It's 20-30 of the
Then
game.
guess who else get hurt? Then the big boy, Alvarez. He got hurt. Then the boy from first base never came back. The boy from first base never produced.
Right.
And then his pitching staff, he
He
lost.
just piecemealed the pitching staff
Lance
together.
would never come back. The young Hispanic, the Spanish guy, he got hurt. Rock'em Baby
Yeah.
got hurt.
Right.
Man, he got 4 pitchers hurt.
Right.
And so he did the best. And he
And
lost the
still
World
win.
Series because they couldn't win at home.
At
and
home.
the coach don't back.
And Peter had a sophomore G.
And particularly had the
He didn't
sophomore
give you
year.
nothing. Give me nothing last
Right.
year.
That sophomore, now he's coming back this
Coming
year.
back.
Now this year, look at his back.
Coming
See,
back.
and they learn how to pitch to him. See,
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Caitlin Clark, WNBA. Plus or minus? I'm gonna tell you my opinion on it. I think that she's wonderful for the WNBA.
That's
All
what you
this new
mean.
stuff they get right. Well, you got a lot of haters out there talking about a black-white thing. It ain't no black-white.
Oh,
It's a
man,
green
we
thing.
understand.
It's a green thing. It ain't no black-white thing.
We've been mature past at that level. The ones that still on that kind of level, we're gonna have to leave them there until they get educated. It's about the numbers. It's about the dollars.
Let's go back to
You know what I'm
who your name you called. Deion Sanders.
Okay.
Deion came and brought the light
To the swag. To the swag.
to the swag.
That's right.
Right?
Yes, he
A
did.
name.
Yeah.
Right?
They hated
Now,
it. Some
what
of the
is-
coaches
what
that
is
he
the
brought to life.
WNBA, NBA talking about? Is
Can't
we're
know.
not getting the money.
The
They
money.
wasn't getting no
And
charter
now-
flights. Now they getting charter
Now they
flights.
getting
They
charter
charter
flights.
flights.
Now they getting charter
She
flights.
just signed the
You
big
better
shoe
leave this girl
contract. I
alone.
don't care what color she
Yeah.
is. If she making my contract bigger because of her, then I love her.
Asia Wilson is a demon in the WNBA.
Right.
She's a
And
boss.
just now got her shoe. Why you think she just got her shoe?
Because of
Caitlin Clark.
Angel Reese is gonna. I know you're talking about Kayla right now, but it's a new regime coming in. I use the word regime. You understand? That this girl Kayla Clark ain't. See, they built this like Larry Bird and Magic
Magic
Johnson.
Johnson,
house.
absolutely.
See, they gonna build on that. They
That's
gonna
right.
keep that like a rivalry.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So this new blood coming in.
Yeah,
And I'm happy for that league.
New blood bringing new money.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
What is sponsorship? You got new
So
money.
let me get y'all individually. Y'all gonna talk by yourself here. Caitlin Clark, give me your description of her.
Great player.
Great player. What you think?
Good just right now. She got to learn the ropes. You went to another level. That's why the other night she had 20 points and 10 turnovers. Remember, you're on another level now. But she's gonna be great. She's just good now, but she's gonna develop to be great.
I think she's gonna be great off the jump.
No, I don't think
Because what the coach is gonna have to learn how to do is learn how to use her.
There's gonna be adjustment.
Let me ask you this. I'm sure.
So you're gonna be disappointed if you're looking for breakfast off the top. Okay.
You got to see the last 2 years. Here we go. The team she played on. That's why I can't say she retired for that reason. But you know the coach of ours.
Well, she left.
Yeah, she left.
She left.
It's a good time to go.
It's a good time to go.
Now, she
She's been
played
there 30
the
years.
last 2 years. She had to play South Carolina and then LSU
To win a championship.
to win the championship. This year, she had to play LSU
And then South Carolina.
and then South Carolina. And she held on.
Held on.
Huh? Against two powwows.
2 powwows.
So listen, she great. It never changed her game.
Yeah. Yeah.
After she beat South Carolina last year, there's no way I could believe they could beat.
Once they learn how to use her,
Yes, sir.
they don't have nobody in the league right now, and the league's been around for 20 plus years. They don't have nobody shoot threes
They
like
got a
she
good young team. They did it because they drafted #1 the last couple of
Yeah,
years.
they got the from South Carolina.
Everybody, you just call off a couple of teams, LSU, South Carolina. But when you move into the professional ranks, every team got some superstars.
Yeah. And all
So
players are
she
good once
got
again.
to make the adjustment. She's good now. In another year or two, she'll
See, that's the only
be
thing
great.
you,
Okay.
Willard and I don't agree with you. She's above good.
She's
She's above
because
good. I didn't call her a superstar.
I said
Well,
she's all great.
Yeah,
I call her
she's
great.
great.
I said great.
Great.
Great. Okay. No.
Who's a greater shooter than she is in WNBA right now?
Oh man, they got some man. Don't do
Nah,
that.
yeah.
See, y'all put too many unfair expectations on this young girl.
No,
Let
No,
her
ain't no
grow.
expectation.
Let her grow
Okay.
to be great.
The
She's
only
good
thing
now.
we saying,
She's not
Pastor,
great yet.
Only thing we saying, Anthony,
She's bringing money.
is that in her last 2 years,
Okay.
those LSU and South Carolina
On
are
the collegiate level.
powerhouse
On the collegiate level.
with stars on top of stars.
Yes.
Okay.
And she held her own against them. That's the only thing I can judge her.
Right.
She haven't played but one game
Right.
in the season.
Right.
That's one game.
Yeah.
I mean, nerves, pressure.
I predict she's gonna be rookie of the year.
Oh, no doubt
I
about
think
it.
she's gonna be rookie of the year, and that's with all these other folks coming in.
Well, right quick. Can I jump back over right quick? Okay, Magic and Bird came into the NBA. Huh?
Magic won it. Magic won it his rookie year.
Okay, but Boston changed too because now they can.
Biggest leap in from losing to winning that they ever had when Larry Bird came.
That's right. But
Biggest-
it didn't change. He changed the.
He-
because
Can I
he was
disagree?
great.
Can I disagree?
You can disagree.
And we're gonna head out after that.
Okay. Boston been producing champions before Larry Bird ever
For
showed
sure.
up. Havlicek,
For
the
sure.
Jones boys,
For sure.
Bill Russell. So don't somebody was a big change. It was a change because LA was here. So it kept them up here, but Boston always been up here since the
Now,
60s.
when
Now,
Bird-
prior to Bird got there, they went up there. Prior to Bird got there, they went up
No,
there.
we talking about before Bird
Before Bird got there.
They had
We're
Celtic,
talking about-
Cornbread,
No,
Maxwell,
they all
and they was
came.
winning,
They
man.
all came.
Cornbread was there, but they hadn't won nothing.
Count.
They hadn't won anything.
count.
No, that was way-
After they saw a slip in the Celtics.
Right after days.
After Dave.
Must been a year or two because they all had kept some stuff down there.
Look it up. Look it up.
Look it up.
Look at
Prior to
But
Bird getting there,
prior-
see how many championships they won. Prior, in a 5-year period of time.
well,
Right.
let me tell you
Because
something.
the Celtics.
Boston been winning the championship since
No.
Wilt was still.
What we were
Okay.
saying, Pastor, what we were saying is we took Magic
We
and
know that.
Bird, and when they came into the game
No,
of the
they lifted the
NBA,
NBA
they
up
lifted the
to another
NBA.
level.
That's
Yeah,
right.
they did. I agree on that.
Well, family, as you can see, this is why these guys got the opportunity to come in and be guest hosts here at the show. I hope that y'all have a wonderful time. This has been one of the best shows I ever had here.
Oh, man.
Next time, when I have them here, I'm going to have one of them sit over here on this side, and I'm going to go over there. I'm going to have them ask me questions. Shaylin, how did you like this show today?
Good.
That's my producer, as everybody know. I always bring him in. And family,
Great job.
I want to thank you all for looking at this show. Please, once again, hit that like button, that subscribe button, and share it with some friends. And what we want to do is, as you see our merchandise here, Sports Talk with Fat Larry, and I know that Some people may say you only have them on because they got hoodies and t-shirts.
We support.
They support. So I want you guys to go to fatlarrypodcast@gmail.com. fatlarrypodcast@gmail.com. Tell me what color you want. If you want long sleeve, short sleeve, or if you want a hoodie. fatlarrypodcast@gmail.com. Down below, please write a comment on what you thought about the show today. And one more time, let me know if you want to be a guest host on the show. Rev. Allen, I thank you for coming to the show.
Thank you.
Pastor Perry, thank you for coming to the show. And once again, family, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Peace out.